Well, this is Monday morning. I did a bunch of research overnight. Kevin did some research overnight. Found some interesting stuff on the internet. It is what is it? It's about 10 to 9. Kevin should be here right around 9 o'clock. We're going to pull the carburetor off this bike and take a look at it. Apparently, there's real PKWs or PWKs, and they're from Japan. And then there's Chinese knockoffs. Telling them apart, there's a few things here I wrote down about telling them apart. Basically, if the serial number is real light, then it's real. If it says motorcycle off-road only sticker on it, it's real. If it has PLAS TECH Plastech on the drain tubes, it's real. The fake may say Sudco, may not. That's not a gimme. Fake is made of China. Fake, I say fake, I mean aftermarket copy. China, and real is in Japan. And the quality of the casting and the number of spare jets that came with the carburetor are indicators of real versus Chinese. Doesn't say that Chinese aren't bad. It just says, real keen. It's Kian carbs are made in Japan, and the knockoffs the copies are made in China. So even as we speak, here comes the door opening magically all by itself, and Kevin is standing there in the cold. And I'm going to shut the door now, and we're going to start the day. We're going to take the carburetor off, check for obstructions, check for fuel level, check for everything we can check for. Also going to check the exhaust pipe for obstructions. It's a brand new homemade exhaust pipe. It's beautiful. But we're going to pull that off and make sure that there's no rags or something like that in there for welding purposes. Who knows? It's stainless steel, and apparently you have to fill it with inert gas when you're welding on it. So we will make sure we have good flow out of the exhaust pipe. But the main suspect at this point in time is the JRC PowerJet carburetor, and that's where we're going to do our concentrating this morning. All right, we've been cleaning and a checking and a checking and a cleaning. Let's see, what time is it? Well, there goes an hour of our life we'll never get back. Yeah, we've got the manual. The owner sent us manual on installation and specifications, which is really cool. I'm going to copy that before it leaves this house. According to the manual, the 30 millimeter carb, which is what we have, should have a 140 main jet. It has a 130. That's not going to affect the starting. Should have a 35 pilot jet, and it has a 38. Once again, shouldn't really affect the starting, except the book actually says too large a pilot jet could result in hard starting. I just can't see 35 versus 38 making that much of a difference. So I've cleaned out every passageway I can get a cleaner needle into, or this is a acupuncture needle. They've gone through every passageway I can touch. Even took out this little bitty jet that sits in the up here, of which I don't know what it does for a living, but it's clean and clear now. It looks like a vent off of the float area. We've set the float level so that it's level with the line, and just starts to close off the gas needle, just barely, like that. So we didn't find any smoking gun. We're just gonna put it back together now and give her another try. Okay, this is starting to get fun. It's 10:40 now. That's an hour and 40 we'll never get back. Carburetor's on. We've been kicking on it. We got no joy. Occasional pop back. We think we found something. Even though those marks are the correct distance apart, they aren't right. I believe they are not right. I have this top dead center tool that I made out of an old spark plug and a very fine brass rod, which gives me really good feel for top dead center, plus the rockers, okay? So Kevin's gonna hold the camera while I find top dead center using my little homemade granularity tool and turning the crank down here by hand. So I'm gonna get this on the crank, and by the way, I'll show you this. I took a socket and cut away one side of it so it'll fit on the crank bolts over top of the locking tab. Okay, now I'm going to move this back and forth. Up, down, all the way up, going back down. Let me move my wrench. Okay. Okay, so let's do this a little better. There's going down, coming up, going down, coming up, going down, bouncing right about right there. To me, that is top dead center. Going down a little, coming up, going down a little, splitting it in half. Right there is top dead center. And down here, when we get in here, look at how far away the pointer is from that R, which we were assuming was top dead center. Wasn't that far off last time. Let's do that top dead center again. Once again, I'm going to get in here, up and down. And I'm still going to say that's it. And it is quite a ways off from the mark R, which we assumed was the top dead center point. And I'll show you, let me get the camera in there and I'll show you. There's the pointer, there's the mark. We're going to go in there and set this top dead center. We're going to make our own mark, and then we're going to count off 34 degrees, is it, from there
34.
for advance, and try to start this whole thing over again. This is interesting. This is fascinating. And here, with it set the top dead center, I've got good clearance on my rockers. I've got those open too. So, yeah, we've got good clearance. So I've got a true top dead center here with my little tool. And the fun just now starts. Okay, we're gonna hold up, we're gonna take the cover off of the primary side now and make our own timing marks. Oh boy. We'll let you know how it works out. Well, it was really interesting to see that the top dead center really wasn't top dead center. So we've marked the stator with a new top dead center line. So this is not top dead center, it just says retarding. This is advancing, this says retarding, but this is top dead center up here. And we didn't buy ourselves anything except getting a better top dead center for adjusting valves. Thought we had a smoking gun there for a minute, but no, still no goes, still no pop, still no start. Carburetor been through twice, timing been set half a dozen times or more. We're going to take a coffee break now and come back and maybe look into the exhaust port and exhaust pipe and see if there's anything in there that gives us any indication. Okay, so establishing a different top dead center made no difference because we're still firing it at the same advance point. But we just happen to know now that the advance point is 34 degrees ahead of the real top dead center. So that's actually good. But we just decided to do it with all the kicking that it takes, the huffing and the puffing. I mean, this is a so-and-so to kick through. So we did a compression check. Something we probably should have done 3 days ago. And what we came up with, after 10 good, solid kicks, with the throttle held wide open, we've got about 75 going on 80 pounds of compression. I would have expected, as hard as this thing is to kick over, that we would have 120 plus, maybe 120, 130. I'm confused about this. We're going to do another compression check with another. Do I still have the old gauge?
I don't know.
Let's find out. This is the new gauge. Let's get the old gauge and do another compression check. Okay, follow up on the compression test we did a while back. We were only getting about 70 pounds of pressure or of compression. And that was a worry. So I asked my good buddy Richard, who lives across the street, to bring his compression pressure leak down tester over. We put the engine at top dead center. We locked the crankshaft in place, filled the cylinder with 100 pounds of air, and then watched for leak down from either the valves or the rings, and it didn't leak down at all. So it's holding pressure just fine, which says that the valves are okay and the rings are probably okay. And at this point in time, we believe, he and I both believe, that the low compression readings we were getting on the kickover compression test was because this engine has overlap in the intake and exhaust valves, as a competition engine may well have. I don't have anything that I can point to say it does, but that would indicate the low compression on the test at kickover kickstarter speed. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about that anymore. The rings and valves hold pressure just fine, so I'm not going to say that the top end needs to come off or anything like that. I took the muffler off. It's laying here. And over here, I put a piece of aluminum foil over the end of the tube, the exhaust pipe, and kicked it over, and it went poof, and blew it right off of there. So we got clear exhaust path from the cylinder out to here. And I don't know what I can do with this because it's got baffles in it and I can't see through it. Maybe I'll just give it a little blowjob. I don't know. Oh boy, yeah, I did. I just literally gave it human provided pressure. And there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there restrictive. So it's not the exhaust. I'll put this back on. And tomorrow morning, we're going to do something different. I'll have Kevin come over and we will set the timing to top dead center. Not even try to put any advance in it at all, and see if we can get it to run at top dead center. With carburetor working, with ignition working, with compression, one would think that it should provide suck bang blow, suck bang blow. We will find out tomorrow when we set it to top dead center and try to start it.